We both have professions. Well, I think once Tiffany and I got back on the move, it really didn't allow for us to spend as much time and put as much energy into our relationship. I don't think the love really dispersed. I just think it was just like we weren't feeding the relationship. And as you said, neither one of us is gonna stop. Like we both care about our crafts and what we do. And we care about love too and partnership, but I think, the energy that has been put into our careers and continuing to want to do the things that we do for ourselves and for the people is like, it was hard for me to balance all of that and keep the relationship.
Their love story began like a scene straight out of Hollywood. Janifer Hudson, the powerhouse voice that carried both heartbreak and victory, crossed paths with Common, the thoughtful rapper turned actor admired for his charm, but shadowed by fleeting romances. Together, they didn't look casual. They looked destined. Step by step, their bond deepened, and fans began to believe this time might be different. At award shows, they glowed, holding hands, sharing laughter. In interviews, Janifer spoke of his calming spirit, while Common praised her unshakable strength. Their chemistry felt undeniable, a rare spark that gave people hope in second chances. Unlike the loud and flashy couples paraded across Hollywood, they seemed grounded, real. For a moment, it felt as if Janifer had found the stability she longed for. And Common had finally discovered the woman who could rewrite his history of failed love.
In it. I'm not gonna put nothing extra on it. If he want to marry me, he can get me an apartment building.
Oh, okay. That would be, you don't want a ring, you want an apartment complex.
I'd give me a duplex, an eightplex or something. The homegirl be like, where your ring? I thought you was engaged. Where your ring? Where your carrots? Carrots. Girl, please, I got units. Knock it off.
Their love gave people hope again. On red carpets and in candid photos, they looked like the perfect match. Friends whispered about how deeply Janifer and Common connected, praising the quiet ways they lifted each other up. She admired his activism and his art. He respected her, not just as a performer, but as a devoted mother. This wasn't a fling. It felt like two adults building something that mattered. Soon, engagement rumors circled, with fans wondering if Janifer had finally found the happiness she deserved. For a while, it all seemed like a fairy tale. But Hollywood love stories rarely stay flawless. Behind the glow, small cracks began to show. What once felt steady and safe slowly shifted, exposing a tension they could no longer hide.
It was good for me and the lady. Right now all I want is happiness, good times, peace on earth.
Behind the spotlight, their love wasn't as perfect as it seemed. Janifer craved commitment and stability, but Common's world meant endless travel, late-night events, and temptations everywhere. Friends began to notice her guard going up, hinting she sometimes felt pushed into the shadows. For Janifer, who had already endured heartbreaking loss, trust meant everything. She wanted a love deeper than cameras and red carpets. But whispers spread that Common's focus wasn't always on her. The same charm that drew her in also stirred drama. While Janifer leaned on family and faith, Common was still consumed by an industry that never sleeps. Their priorities clashed, tension grew, and slowly the unshakable bond they once shared began to crack.
Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave us to Janifer.
In public, they smiled, picture perfect for the cameras. But behind the scenes, cracks were showing. Janifer's friends shared that she sometimes questioned her place in his life. For a woman scarred by betrayal before, the silence and lack of reassurance felt heavy. Then came the whispers, rumors of Common seen with other women. Nothing was confirmed, but the talk alone planted doubt in Janifer's heart. She had defended him, trusted him, poured herself into the relationship. Yet slowly, she felt him drifting. What once brought her peace now left her restless, wondering if she had misread it all. The gap between their glowing image and their private struggles only widened, turning what looked like a fairy tale into a painful balancing
And still
act.
kicking it. That's part one. And part two is, do you ever see yourself married one day?
So as far as Jenny Jen,
I love Jenny.
Absolutely, we are together, and I just appreciate her as a partner, as a woman, as an artist, as a human being. She's a special individual, man, it's just I'm just grateful for it. I thank God, and yes, we are good. Marriage is something that if I were to get married, then Janifer is the person.
Oh, she the prototype?
She is but she's not only the prototype, she is the person.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's one of those things where I'm like always looking at my life and saying, okay, because that's a strong choice to make, And,
Absolutely.
And
Not to be taken lightly.
The breaking point came when paparazzi photos of Common with another woman splashed across headlines. Private dinners, red carpet events, and moments that looked far too close to be innocent fueled a storm. For Janifer, already wrestling with doubts about his loyalty, the images cut deep. The man she trusted was now seen showing affection elsewhere. Social media only made it worse, dragging her name into endless chatter. Fans tagged her relentlessly, asking if she had been blindsided, questioning her silence. What should have been a private heartbreak turned into a public spectacle. For Janifer, the pain wasn't only about him moving on. It was about the disrespect, the carelessness, and the way her dignity was tossed aside. Friends close to Janifer say she felt humiliated. She had defended him, trusted his promises, and allowed herself to believe this love was real. But seeing Common move so freely with another woman while their own story was unresolved cut her to the core. The timing made it worse. Janifer was soaring. Her music, her acting, her television work, all shining. Common should have been the partner by her side, celebrating her victories. Instead, he became another source of heartbreak. For someone who had already lived through unimaginable loss, this betrayal struck cruelly. In public, Janifer carried herself with grace. But behind the curtain, her confidence was shaken, the weight of disappointment pressing down. Even in her performances and quiet talks, the pain was there, unspoken yet undeniable.
See you a little later. Yeah.
What?
Coming.
You not ready?
You get cut off, and you motherfuckers brought the tea.
Those close to Janifer revealed she couldn't stay silent any longer. After weeks of swallowing the pain, the humiliation was too much to bear. She finally confronted Common, demanding answers. Why had their love ended in such a public, disrespectful way? Why parade someone new instead of being honest? Her frustration turned into fury. Known for her calm strength, Janifer reportedly raised her voice, reminding him of the sacrifices she made and the loyalty she gave. To her, this wasn't just betrayal. It was cold disregard, almost as if he wanted the world to know he had moved on, no matter how deeply it cut her. That level of disrespect crossed a line Janifer could never forgive. The fallout hit hard. Janifer, known for her strength, found herself shattered in ways she never imagined. The betrayal made her question her worth, replaying every memory of their time together. She pulled back from public life, avoiding places that reminded her of love. For a woman seen as unbreakable, this storm was impossible to mask. Headlines of Common's new romance cut deep, while constant tags from fans kept reopening old wounds. But Janifer found release in music, channeling her pain into songs that carried both heartbreak and defiance. Surrounded by family and friends, she began to rebuild piece by piece. The pain was heavy, but with it came clarity. She now understood the kind of love she truly
The work
deserved.
he's doing on himself will help him fulfill a lifelong dream. And you write a lot about you want to be a husband one day. You have a rather famous relationship coach.
Oh yeah, yes. Michelle Obama. She has definitely helped talk me through just certain moments of relationships. We had conversations, and she has given me a lot of wisdom. But one great thing that she told me as I was going through this journey was that you have to understand you're not going to get anybody that's perfect because you're not perfect. So understand that there's some certain things that you will compromise in choosing that partner. But as long as the core values, the values that are most important to you, that person, marks off on that list, then you good.
She gave you some good advice there.
That's good wisdom.
She does some really good wisdom.
The fallout hit hard. Jennifer, known for her strength, found herself shattered in ways she never imagined. The betrayal made her question her worth, replaying every memory of their time together. She pulled back from public life, avoiding places that reminded her of love. For a woman seen as unbreakable, this storm was impossible to mask. Headlines of Common's new romance cut deep, while constant tags from fans kept reopening old wounds. But Jennifer found release in music, channeling her pain into songs that carried both heartbreak and defiance. Surrounded by family and friends, she began to rebuild piece by piece. The pain was heavy, but with it came clarity. She now understood the kind of love she truly deserved. As Jennifer struggled with heartbreak, Common appeared unfazed, stepping quickly into a new romance. Sources claimed he didn't see it as betrayal, only as a chapter that had closed. But for Jennifer, it cut deeper. His public rebound shattered the image they had built together. Fans split in opinion. Some defended his right to move on, but many stood with Jennifer, calling him selfish and careless. For a man praised as thoughtful and respectful, his silence spoke volumes. The controversy chipped away at his polished image, forcing people to question if the Common admired on stage was the same man behind closed doors. For Jennifer, it wasn't just lost love, it was a wake-up call. She knew she deserved more, and she vowed never